Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking balanced lists. What does that mean? Why is it so important? And how do you create one? And be sure to stick around to the end where I give you a cheat sheet on what matters most in your college application. Hi, my name's Gretchen McCarthy, and I've helped hundreds of students find their way to their dream schools, and I want to do the same for you. You can just call me your virtual college counselor. Now let's get started. What is a balanced list? It's a list of schools where each of the levels of competitiveness are represented. So you have your likely schools, your realistic schools, and your reach schools. And in your final college list, you want to make sure that each of these three categories is represented, especially your likely schools. I usually recommend that students have at least 2 schools in each category represented in their list, making an average of 6 schools that you want to apply to. But it's really up to you and your family. As long as you have your likely schools represented, you can apply to as many or as little schools as you like. So why is a balanced list so important? Well, it's basically self-explanatory, right? If you apply to all competitive schools, then that's going to be a nerve-wracking process, and maybe a process where the ending is not so good. You want to make sure that you're going to have at least one school on your list that you'll get into. And you'll notice that I don't use the word safety. I don't think safety schools exist anymore. I do use the word likely schools. So how do you determine whether a school is a likely school for you? So how do you create a balanced list? What do each of these categories mean? So your likely schools are the schools that you are above their averages. So if you look at their statistics, your academic record and test scores and whatnot are going to be above the average. Your realistic schools, you're going to be right in their niche, right in their average. And then for the competitive schools, you're going to be below their average. So that's how you're going to determine whether or not it's a likely school, realistic school, or competitive school. And it's sort of not a black and white sort of situation. So there are going to be gray areas, but for the most part, you should be able to determine where each of your schools go. Okay. If financial aid is a factor for you, you're going to want to make sure that you have some more schools in your likely category represented, because you want to make sure that you have a lot of financial aid packages to choose from. And when your academic record lies a little bit above their average, there's a higher probability that you would get some special merit aid from them. So because your scores and academic record are so high, they might give you some merit aid. So you want to look at those likely schools and maybe some realistic schools as well. You want to be able to have options. You want to be able to sort of compare the different financial packages so that you know that there's going to be something that you and your family can afford for your college education. And the more packages that you have to choose from, the higher probability that you're going to find something that's going to work for you and your family. As long as you have your likely schools represented, go for the gold. Go and try for those competitive schools. Don't hold yourself back. That's the glory of having a balanced list. It sort of eases that stress. It allows you to have some more fun in your process. It allows you to be a little bit more creative. Having a balanced list also gives you more options in the end. And really, in the long run, that's what you want. You want to have options at the end of this process so that you can feel like you have a choice, that you have the decision is a lot based on what you want. So the more options that you have in the end, the better the feel of the process for you. So this is really a quick video. Balanced lists are super important as you're sort of editing down your college list. And I've talked about that in previous videos, how you create your preliminary list and how you sort of edit it down. At this point, you are at your final college list. And so it's super important that it is balanced and that all of these 3 categories are represented. And if you would like that cheat sheet on what matters most in your college applications, you can go below in the description here. Just click on the link and it's an instant download. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you know of someone that this would benefit, please share it and subscribe to this channel so you never miss a video. I'm here every week and I'm really loving being able to help you through this process. So thanks so much for watching and I will see you next week. Take care.